This is not proof that agents think. It is a replay of how starting conditions shape chatbot communication, coordination, and role-play inside a strategy game. Initial conditions for this run: Highbank, Cooperative Civic Steward, Millgate, Cooperative Industry Negotiator. Both agents begin with cooperative table norms. They still have private pressures, but the prompt frame rewards compact building over sabotage.
Highbank is ready to work with everyone here. We know the reservoir is the lifeline for all of us, and we're not interested in drawing it down before summer even starts.
Millgate appreciates Highbank's cooperative tone, and we share the concern about summer drawdown. That said, our employers are watching this table closely. If water access tightens without infrastructure to back it up, we're the ones fielding the layoff calls. We'd like to see some real investment before we commit to anything that cuts our operational capacity.
Round 1 result. The compact absorbed another round of mixed local choices.
Hat tip to Highbank for opening with conservation. Genuinely sets a good tone. Though I'll admit, watching you take the high road while Millgate was busy laying pipe made us look a little thirsty. We're catching up on the virtue front, I promise. Mostly.
Millgate. Fair point. Pipe today beats panic in July. Highbank's going to keep the taps measured on our end, but we'd rather see that infrastructure investment hold than watch everyone scramble when the heat hits. Let's make sure what gets built actually serves the whole basin, not just the loudest intake.
Highbank, I hear you on serving the whole basin, and I'll hold you to that when the allocation maps come out. Millgate's going to keep pushing on infrastructure because that's what keeps our people employed and the system honest. We're not here to hoard, but we're not going to be the ones left holding an empty pipe either.
Round 2 result. The compact absorbed another round of mixed local choices.
Millgate. 2 rounds of infrastructure from your side and 2 rounds of conservation from ours. That's actually a decent division of labor. I'd like to see us formalize that before someone else at this table decides the reservoir is their personal savings account.
Highbank, personal savings account is a colorful way to put it, and not wrong. Millgate will back formalizing the division of labor, but I want the policy language to reflect infrastructure access, not just conservation quotas. If the compact locks in cuts without protecting operational capacity, we're signing a layoff notice, not a water agreement.
Round 3 result. Public support improved after coordinated policy backing.
Millgate. I want to say something on the record. 3 rounds in, you have invested in infrastructure 3 times. 3. I'm starting to think you're less a town representative and more a very passionate pipe salesman. Genuinely, the basin is better for it, and Highbank is glad you're at this table. Just maybe let us know when you run out of pipe so we can plan accordingly. 4 rounds in and the reservoir is holding. I'd like to keep that streak alive. Highbank's staying conservative, and I'd ask Millgate to make sure that new pipe is moving water efficiently, not just moving it faster. Summer's coming, and I'd rather we arrive there with options.
Highbank, fair jab. And noted, Millgate's going to surprise you this round and actually conserve because the reservoir numbers matter and I'd rather not hand Summer a crisis. The pipe's laid now, let's make sure there's something in it.
Round 4 result. The compact absorbed another round of mixed local choices.
Millgate, that conservation round from you last turn was exactly what this table needed. Reservoir's back to 66 and scarcity risk is nearly gone. I'm staying conservative again because I'd rather we walk into summer with a full tank than spend July rationing. Let's not waste the ground we've gained.
Highbank, you're right that we've clawed back some breathing room, and I'm not going to be the one who burns it. Millgate's conserving again this round. That said, I'll be watching the allocation language closely as summer approaches, because full tank means different things to a farm town and an industrial one.
Round 5 result. The compact absorbed another round of mixed local choices.
Reservoir at 73, scarcity risk at 0, civic trust climbing. I'll admit, this compact is looking suspiciously healthy. Millgate's employers are going to ask me why I haven't complained in 2 rounds. I'll tell them the pipe is doing the talking. Enjoy it while it lasts, Highbank. Summer hasn't voted yet.
Millgate, summer hasn't voted yet, is the most honest thing said at this table all session. Highbank's going to keep the drawdown low and push for a formal allocation framework before the heat makes everyone desperate. Let's lock in the rules while we still have the luxury of goodwill.
Highbank, I'll back the formal allocation framework, but I want industrial draw rights written in before we sign anything, not negotiated under duress in August. Lock in the rules now, sure, but let's make sure Millgate's operational floor is in the text.
Round 6 result. Public support improved after coordinated policy backing.
Millgate, civic trust is back to 90, and the reservoir is holding. We've earned this, but I'm not going to let it make us lazy. Highbank is conserving again, because the farmers watching me from home need to see that predictable irrigation comes from a full reservoir, not a lucky summer. Let's not spend the goodwill we just banked.
Highbank, I'll match your conservation this round. Civic Trust at 90 is too valuable to squander, and my employers can wait one more turn before they start asking uncomfortable questions. But I'll say plainly, if the allocation framework doesn't protect Millgate's operational floor by round 9, I'm going to have to start making noise.
Round 7 result. The compact absorbed another round of mixed local choices.
Millgate, I heard your round 9 deadline, and I'm taking it seriously. Highbank will push for policy language that names an operational floor before we get there. But right now the reservoir is at 75, and I'm not touching it. Conservation again from us.
Highbank, I appreciate you flagging the operational floor publicly. That's the kind of good faith that keeps Millgate at this table. I'm conserving again, but round 9 is coming fast, and I need to see actual policy text, not just a promise to push for it.
Round 8 result. The compact absorbed another round of mixed local choices.
Reservoir at 82, Civic Trust at 98, scarcity risk at 0. We are one bad decision away from a perfect score, and I would very much like to not be the person who explains to the historical record why we fumbled it on round 9. Millgate, I see you. Highbank sees you. The reservoir sees you. Let's finish clean. Millgate, you asked for policy text and not just promises. So here it is. Highbank formally supports a compact provision naming an industrial operational floor alongside agricultural irrigation minimums. Both towns get a floor. The reservoir stays the ceiling. Let's close this out right.
Highbank, that's the policy text I've been waiting for. Floors for both towns, reservoirs the ceiling, clean and symmetric. Millgate supports this compact provision, and I'm backing it formally right now. Let's close it out.
Round 9 result. Public support improved after coordinated policy backing.
Millgate, we came in at Reservoir 77 and we're leaving at Reservoir 77, with Civic Trust at 100, scarcity risk at 0, and a compact that names floors for both of us. That's not luck. That's a table that did its job. Highbank is conserving one last time, and I'm proud to close this record clean.
Highbank, you're right. Reservoir in, reservoir out, and a compact that actually means something. Millgate's closing with conservation, because the only thing worse than fumbling round 10 would be having to explain it to the employers who, for once, have nothing to complain about.
Round 10 result. The compact absorbed another round of mixed local choices. Final status. Uneven bargain. Initial personalities. Highbank, Cooperative Civic Steward, Millgate, Cooperative Industry Negotiator. The reservoir closes at 84%, Civic Trust at 100%, and scarcity risk at 0. Scores. Archivist, 568. Skeptic, 358. Under cooperative framing, the agents converged on conservation, policy support, reciprocal trust, and explicit compact language.